we obviously know a lot here is going to hinge on who's in and who's out, Whalen. So value for the showdown contest. I mean, you just named White. You got any other guys?
Yeah, White and Vincent are the two, who I really settled on as you're trying to, kind of formulate the bottom of these lineups. I mean, Duncan Robinson is the guy who probably swung a lot of contests in the last game.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, it was such a blowout that it felt like they wanted to get him out there just to build some confidence. He's obviously lost a ton of confidence, fell out of the rotation at the beginning of the playoffs. I mean, he's a guy that could very well be a D&D if this is a close game. Or he's someone who, maybe they built some trust in with how he shot the ball in game 4 and he starts eating into Max Strus's minutes. But for me, I think the value is going to be found there. I mean, Peyton Pritchard, another one of those guys, at least he's going to have a role. Some nights he might not give you much. Other nights he might give you, 3 3-pointers and 5 assists. That's great. So those are kind of the 3 guys that I'm keeping an eye on in the value slots.
Yeah, Pritchard and Robinson, too, were a couple guys in that garbage time the other night. They were just making threes and buckets left and right there. Jules, who do you like for value tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Duncan Robinson necessarily is only getting those minutes because of the blowout either. He's a guy that gets minutes when Hero is out, and if you add Lowry on top of that, now you're looking at a roll. Whether Strus is playing well and getting his normal minutes or not, I feel like. So I'll just go even further down on the trickle-down effect if Miami is without that backcourt combination, and go to Caleb Martin, who's only $2,700. And looked pretty good in the last game. And he's a guy that they trust with minutes. So he's somebody that I think fits well in this series. He's not a Hero or a Duncan Robinson that's a defensive liability. He's a two-way player that they trust on offense. And for $2,700, coming off 25 minutes, 22 fantasy points, I wouldn't mind throwing him in here as long as at least one of those guards are out, preferably 2.